Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all is good with you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tim Adams, otherwise known as Golem Wolf here on the interwebs. And I am working on trying to get some pages done, or at least get a page done of pencils on this for my comic book I'm working on. So this is page 1 right here. Page 1. This is page 2 so far anyway. I'm doing some tweaks here and there and trying to finish it up. It's still kind of rough, but you know, we're hoping to get this squared away tonight, or at least mostly finished tonight. I'm pretty far along, so shouldn't be a whole lot left need to get done. I mean, I definitely need to tweak her down here, get her more detailed, or figure some things out. I think these legs are going to be all you know, silhouetted, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'm still debating on if I want to have her hiding behind anything, but I also don't want to mimic that same pose. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes when we get there. Yeah. So tell you what, let me see if I can get this. Yeah, the tricky thing is with these pages are 11 by 17, so they're a bit on the larger side, and sometimes they can be a little hard to get all of it in screen. So let me see if I can zoom out a bit. There, that's a bit better. Cool. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and work away, and this is something I've been wanting to get done, and I figured if I do it on stream, I'll actually get it done. So so yeah, so anyone feel like hanging out with me, or if you're working on your own stuff, or have any snarky comments or questions or anything you want to throw in there, please feel free. And also let me know if the music is too loud or obnoxious or whatever. I want this guy to have bigger eyebrows. I'll give this guy real big, thick eyebrows. There we go. Or so, yeah. I don't know what it is. I love having big eyebrows. Some characters real thick eyebrows. I find that stuff fun. Okay. So basically, he's walking around. We got this dude walking around, and she's kind of sneaking up along here. Now, she's got her mask on, so I'm pretty much going to have her... You know, I'm thinking I might just have her pretty much all in silhouette, really. No, maybe not in this panel, because I really want to... This is kind of the first real big reveal of her, so we'll keep her... We'll keep her visible, although since this is a night scene, there is going to be a lot of shadow. So we're going to assume most of this is going to be... Pretty much all that's going to be in shadow. And she's got these gauntlets. Maybe I could, I don't know, I guess not sure how easy that is to see. So now I'm working in kind of a small section here. And something that I struggle with a lot is trying to fit too much detail in a small space. since she is really small, you know, relatively small on the page, you generally don't want to put a ton of detail on small characters because it just kind of gets muddy and kind of destroys the illusion that they're far away, you know? Yeah, she's still meant to be kind of mysterious at this point. Okay, and then this gauntlet kind of, there's a part that comes down, covers her thumb like so. Just because you know all the fingers are there doesn't mean they have to be drawn. I can just have her pinky like that. There you go. Now her costume has her arms exposed, so I do want to get that definition of that shoulder, kind of where the pack meets that shoulder. Tell you what, maybe I can zoom in on this a little bit. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. I think that seems to be working well enough. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of shadow. On her because this is a nighttime scene. And she's got her cape. Kind of half a cape, kind of this cloak that kind of hangs off her shoulders. And eventually I'm going to convert this to blue line and ink it, so a lot of this stuff will get, you know, will become more clear at that point. Tell you what, I'm gonna just have this silhouette here and then have the cape kind of fly along like that, maybe. I mean, it's only supposed to cover down to like the middle of her back, so it doesn't need to be too crazy. And I'm just gonna, yeah, fill in that area around her eyes. And she does have black hair, so she's gonna get a lot of shadow on the hair. Something like that. There we go. Yeah, I know this stream was very random. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna try to get better anyway about streaming more regularly outside of the Tuesday night stream, which was a lot of fun. And I've been doing those and had a lot of fun drawing Yaira from the Rippaverse last time. Someone threw in a really good suggestion about drawing Penguin next week, which I think I'm going to do because that sounds like a lot of fun. He's kind of a fun, strange character that you can kind of get a little weird with. So he's kind of fun. You can get really caricatured. Let's see. I don't really have to fill all this in. I just allowing me to see it right now. And since I am inking this too, I don't need to be super super clean with it, super tight, but I'm not the most confident with my inking ability, so I kind of want to give myself as little guesswork as possible on this. So yeah, so we'll just move the camera down, just zoom out a little bit more. And now I know these look a little bit skewed compared to your viewpoint from where I'm at, just because of I have to kind of have the camera pulled out a bit, so I know this looks a little bit wonky at times, but hopefully it'll be less of an issue as we go. Okay. I kind of want to show these guys. Get those crenellations in there. There we go. Let's see, there we go. And then down here, let's see if we can get a little bit more figured out. So I kind of want her hiding behind some stuff, because the next page she's going to be, I don't know if I want her hiding, because again, I don't want her to, I guess I could do like a Spider-Man kind of pose with her. Let's see what that looks like. Let me get my Actually, I don't hate that. And then I can have her shadow kind of coming this way. Actually, I don't mind that at all. Okay, okay. So then we lighten this up. Come in with the pencils. Trying to just get her hands somewhat in an interesting pose. this. I like her head to be a bit bigger. Yeah, now I'm getting to this point where I finally got some new ink for my printer that actually works, but my printer's doing this stupid thing where for some reason all it wants to do is print out like code, like a PDF code, instead of the actual document, and it's really annoying because I have no idea what's going on with that. So I'm trying to avoid having to call HP, but you know, I might not be able to avoid that. Oh well. Such is life. Yeah, because what I want to do is be able to scan this in and convert it to blue line and print it out and then ink on top of that, you know, yada yada yada. And that's obviously proven to be a bit difficult. Let's see, yeah, so for just as like that, clavicle would be like that, so therefore this would be down here. All this is going to be blacked out. I keep switching between the 0.5 and the 0.9 just for sharper details. Sometimes I'll use the like a lead holder where I use the wood, like the you know, something like this that has the lead in it, and these are really awesome too, but I don't know, sometimes I just get sick of sharpening, and so that's where something like this can come in handy. And the trick for these to keep the sharp point is you just kind of rotate them in your hand as you go, and that's just something you just kind of get used to doing as you draw, and then you can kind of use that to your advantage, so you can have a dull section of the lead you can use for, you know, filling in and shading, and then you can use the sharp side to you know, put in real lines. Okay. So this is all going to get filled into it. Let me just for the sake of being able to see it here, I'm just going to go ahead and fill all this in. I know, I kind of get hooked on trying different pencils. The pencil I use tends to kind of depend on my mood, I guess. Okay, so this comes so. Melody's not happy here, so she's going to be pretty angry looking. I might play with having her. Kind of having the whole eye socket area of her be blacked out as well. Then we got all this kind of stuff going on with the cloth. She's got her arms right there. So that. So if any of you guys are watching, I hope all's good out there with you. Yeah, I know when I'm drawing, sometimes it's fun to just have, or it's helpful to have something in the background. Or people keep me accountable and making sure I actually do it. And so that's where streams like this are more helpful to me. I'm going to try to do these, again, I'm trying to get better about doing these more often. Or more regularly at least. Okay, so I gotta get that gauntlet right. So gauntlet comes out like so. And you can do the turn thing with these types of pencils too, just like you can with the mechanical. So yeah, and there's the thing here. There. Okay. Yeah, don't be afraid to erase either. I used to think if I had to erase, that meant I screwed up. But thankfully, that is not, in fact, the case. You ever watch Jim Lee draw? Oh, hello. Hagman, how is it? Hank Hagman. Hey, how you doing? Sorry I butchered your name. Apologize, but thank you for coming in. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for stopping by. What you been up to lately? Okay, yeah, I really like this design better, so I'm gonna go drawn panels. Awesome! That's awesome, man. Remind me what kind of book are you working on? Have the design an angelic doorway. Ooh. Like a Diablo style angels, or are you doing like what kind of look you're going for? That sounds kind of cool. Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me a bit about your. Yeah, I remember you telling me a bit about your book idea you had. From what I remember, it sounded awesome. I try not to call them angels at all. Gotcha. Gotcha. So they're kind of angels inspired, but they're kind of their own thing. Let the reader call them whatever. Oh, that's cool. I kind of like that. I like that idea. Don't really, yeah, just don't spell it out too much. Let them fill it in. That's cool. I'm just trying to get this gauntlets to read. There'll be close-ups of these soon enough in the next couple pages coming up. I'm gonna get to see her using them. But of course, since I changed them down here, I gotta fix them up here. Maybe I can tilt back up a bit. There we go. So yeah, so this is page 2. I got a bit distracted in life, so I didn't really get a chance to mess with these a whole lot in a while. But I figure, you know, if I stream it, then I'll be forced to get it done in a good way. Yeah, it's got a mix of esoteric and typical biblical canon mixed with technology, so the reader can decide. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's right. That's right. I think I remember you telling me about it. Yeah, from what I remember, yeah, your idea sounded really cool. So, best of luck to you on that. So how many pages are you into it? I think it's having to design the look like now. Yeah. Oh, dude, I get it. Designing is, yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, because it's like I can do anything, but then it's like, oh man, I can do anything. I gotta find some way to make it, you know, cool but make sense and unique, but still recognizable and understandable. Yeah, believe me, I get that. But sometimes something I like to do is, I don't know if this is helpful or not. I'm not claiming to be some master designer, but coming up or finding like real world things that have absolutely nothing to do. It was 90 plus, but now I'm going to be redoing the entire thing. I'm just gonna rough draft. So hey, that means you're learning, dude. That's awesome. That means you're learning, dude. I can't tell you how many times I redrew this first page. Just completely redrew and redesigned and just revamped it. Yeah, I redid this so many dang times. So that means you're learning, and that's awesome. It's never to waste. Let's see. I don't want her here in a second too. Her hair is supposed to be all kind of tied up towards the back, but she's just got that little strand that just kind of won't comply. But yeah, sometimes when you're, at least for me, when I get stuck trying to design something, I look at like real world examples of things that I find interesting but may have absolutely nothing to do with the subject matter. For example, her gauntlets, you know, she's got these gauntlets, they hold these little kind of needle spikes, and she can launch them out and basically shoot them at her enemies. And so I was trying to think of a way to make that, you know, somewhat plausible. But you know, the beauty of it is a fantasy, so it doesn't have to really actually work. But like, what would it take to actually make something like that function? And so I was kind of stuck on it for a while. And I remembered, you know, and I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Gauss cannons or Gauss guns, which are real life things. They use electromagnets to launch these metal objects, and they're really cool. One breaks in between pages, and I've started seeing now. Yeah. Got younger and younger until she was like a me. Oh, I get it, man. I get it. Yeah, I know, that whole sitting on it and coming back later is kind of both a blessing and a curse, you know? I want to make sure this doesn't look like it's supposed to be your feet. Let's see. Okay, let's just do this. Let's just do that, and then bring them down like that. Fingers. Send them down here. We'll just bring the hands down a little bit. I'm kind of cheating the. You know, started that way at the beginning of the book. Back and look, and started that way at the beginning of the book. Oh, dude, that's real. That is so real. Yeah, no, I've learned the hard way. I always, especially if I'm drawing characters that I've drawn before, I always try to keep that page, or keep a page or something handy, so I can remember how I did it. But like, for example, these gauntlets here, I've honestly been struggling to try to get these to work forever. And so I finally, just literally right here on the fly, I came up with a design that I kind of like. And so, yeah, thankfully, this is only page 2, so I've got a chance to do it. Oh, you got a emote for the character? Cool. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I gotta look into making emotes. I've drawn some emotes for some buddies of mine that stream, but I never tried making my own. So that's something I gotta give a shot. I can make Domini. I can make a Domini. Yeah. See a baby crying. It's supposed to be a teenager. Yeah. See, I have the opposite problem. Is like, I'm really good at making characters look older, but yeah, when I try to make them look young, it just turns into it just looks scary. Well, hey man, you're trying, you're learning, that's all that matters, right? So, I wouldn't beat yourself up over it too much. There we go. Let's see. So now her elbow looks like it's bent the other way, so I'm not a big fan of that. So okay. Taking things from real life, yeah. Yeah, dude. That's the beauty of it. There's a great guy if you're looking for help with designs. There's a great YouTube channel called FZD. The guy that runs it, his name is Feng Zhu. He has his own school and based out of Singapore, and he has a long history in concept design for video games and movies and that kind of stuff. And he's got a whole bunch of free videos. He's got like well over 100 episodes on that show, and it's really cool. Like taking things like here the faces might be too demonic and less angelic in nature. Yeah, but dude, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I mean, that's what's so fun about it, you know. So like if I was trying to build something angelic, like there's all kinds of those really cool, like, you know, whatchamacallit, bioluminescent fish. Yeah. Feng Zhu. Well, the channel name is FZD on YouTube. I've been watching him for years, and he's got some great stuff on, you know, generating ideas and different techniques they do for that. Yeah, Feng, F-E-N-G, Zhu, Z-H-U, I think is how you pronounce that. But yeah, just look up FZD on YouTube. You should be able to, it should be pretty easy to find. He's got a pretty big channel. Like I said, he's a professional concept designer for video games and movies, and he runs his own school. FZD, yep. But yeah, so like if I were designing like an angelic thing, you know, what I would look at, or something that was supposed to represent that, I don't know, for me, I always look at like animals and nature and where things I can pull from. So I'd be looking at things like you know, those bioluminescent fish, like that glow and that glow underwater, or, you know, and some of those, like, I don't know, those, again, it kind of depends on the style of angel, I guess, that you're looking to do. But I mean, Diablo is obviously a good option to look at, but I don't know. But see, they've got those designs, so, you know, I would try to avoid what they're doing and just kind of put your own spin on it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun when you can look at real historical things that you can pull from, because then it's yours. Like, for example, you know, Boba Fett's spaceship, you know, Slave One from Star Wars. The guy that designed that, he based it off of the street lamp. Hey, Uzu Crocky, thank you. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. Hope all's good. But yeah, the ship, Boba Fett's ship, Slave One, was literally based off of a street lamp that was by the office that he walked past, you know, on the way to his car. And he literally just took that shape, flipped it on its head, put some jets on the back of it, and there you go. One of the most iconic spaceships in cinematic history. And it's, yeah, stuff like that's just a lot of fun. So don't be afraid to look outside the box. So what you been up to? Oh, we were just talking about design, designing characters and designing things for our books that we're working on. Yeah, Hag Hidgman. Let me know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, he's working on designing some angelic kind of inspired stuff for his book, and I was just talking about some of the ways I get inspiration for designing things. Oh, thanks. Thank you. But like, I know for me, like, something I have a lot of fun with is you know, learning a lot about, when you learn about animals and taking things like that, and you can apply some of their habits, you know, or the ways they work. If you apply that to, you know, like a human kind of, you know, humanity, you're like, oh my God, a lot of times it would be a horror movie. But there's these, oh my god, what is it now? There was this, what was it? Oh, it's gonna bug me now. No, there was this group of lions. Count Dakiel on YouTube did a great video on it. There was this lion pride, like in the early 2000s, that were just so brutal, and they were just taking out all the other lion prides, and they just basically took over this whole savannah section. And you know, the technically it's under its natural causes, so the park rangers couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, it was just nuts. And it's like when you really dive into the story, it almost kind of feels like straight up like Godfather, or like you could write that as like a Spartan story, or you know, you could do all kinds of crazy stuff with that. And I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of fun. Hey, it's all right, man. Sometimes you gotta take a break. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. Let me put this down. Well, I know for me, if I'm getting stuck on drawing, if I'm getting stuck with drawing, or if I'm getting bored by it or whatever, for me, that usually means, for me, it's time to learn something new. So I either need to do some art studies, or, you know, read some books and look at some art, get inspired, and, you know, try new tools that I'm not used to trying, you know, or yeah, just do some research and see what else I can learn about real life that I can apply to my own stories. But yeah, I get that, man. It sounds like, yeah, you just need to give it a break. And then, yeah. Find something new that gives you that, you know, something that gets you charged up and gets you excited. Makes you want to do it some more. Like for me, whenever I unlock something new or discover a new skill or a new tool that really works for me, it's like a new toy I've got to play with, and I just want to keep messing with it and playing with it, you know. Let's see. I don't want his face to be too lit yet. I want him to be mostly in shadow, because I'm going to be doing a big reveal of him later on. I will have a shark tooth there. Not shark tooth, dragon tooth. That's a big difference. And the beauty about it being comic books, you can kind of cheat a little bit with your light placement, so you don't have to worry about being super realistic. You want it to be believable, but you're also trying to tell the story, so you want to make sure that, you know, yeah, story is the most important thing, and then anything else believable beyond that is gravy. Let's see. This guy right here is supposed to be this guy right here, so I'm trying to pay attention to that design that I gave him. I don't care if they're late. Let's see. Well, let's see, because his legs are going to get I guess that doesn't really matter. You're getting financial literacy instead of learning art for a while, so. There's some related art I managed to choose. something completely different. Hey, that's fair, man. That's fair. I get it. And then you come back and yeah, that's good. You know, everyone's different. Yeah, everyone has their own ways of doing things. Like I have, for me personally, I have a big passion for comics. So like even when I'm not working on pages or, you know, I'm just laying in bed trying to wind down for the night, you know, I'm doodling on my iPad or I'm, you know, designing something just kind of for fun, just to kind of cool down. And that's just the way I am. But yeah, everyone's got their things they like. So yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. His fur is all kind of, yeah, his fur cloak he's got, his mammoth fur is all black. It's really dark, I should say. It's not black, but I'll let the belt still be shown. I haven't finished it yet, but I've been reading Frank Miller's 300, the book, the comic lately. Yeah, and yeah, that guy, yeah, he really doesn't care at all about realism in his drawings. But I gotta tell you, man, it looks cool. It just makes you kind of want to just do so much silhouetting and just go all in on that kind of stuff. You think about him, some of those great lines. You know, they called themselves immortals. We put that name to the test. And you're just like, ah, it's so good. Okay. Then we have unlimited. Well, to be honest with you, I'm trying to make art my, eventually I'm working on trying to make art my career, but it's fun for me. You know, art is, it's cathartic, it's therapeutic, it's, you know, I really like to, I like to entertain, I like to tell stories, and so this is just kind of what I like to do. So my goal is to hopefully, you know, make a career out of this, and so I want to get better and better and better, and I have a lot of fun with it, and so yeah. So I don't see art as a waste of time. I see art as I don't know, I see it as fulfilling and well worth my time, and that's just me personally. I realize not everybody thinks that way about it, so yeah. Let's see. Maybe this guy. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, you're getting deep, aren't you? Well, no offense taken, but you know, I'm by nature a little bit more introverted, and you know, art pulls a lot of introverted, but there's also a lot of fun to be had of finding like-minded people, and which comics can have. Well, it's not like I'm sitting here just not talking to anybody, so it's not like I'm shutting the world out or anything like that. It's not like I'm ignoring people. I mean, I'm doing this hopefully to entertain people down the road, and so you know, everyone has their own ways of doing that. Tend to be deep with older people. Yeah, well, I guess I count for that. Yeah, it's all good. No, look, man. I mean, yeah, well, I mean, if you want to get into that, I've always been more of a quality over quantity when it comes to friends and relationships, stuff like that. I have a small but awesome group of friends that I love dearly, and I keep close to my family, and love dearly. But yeah, but like anything, we all have a bunch of time. You know, a lot of people have time to themselves, especially these days, and so I've spent a lot of my time, a lot of my life doing other things that especially my free time, that I thought that ended up being wastes of time, and so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do, and that happens to be illustration right now. So. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, man, that's all good stuff. But hey, Melissa, how you doing? Thanks for swinging by. Hope all's good with you. Excited to see you guys coming up soon. I'm really excited about that, actually. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, you, Uzukrocky, yeah, I don't pretend to be a life coach or anything like that. The best thing I can recommend, dude, is finding someone local that you can talk to and that know you more personally. But yeah, this is meant to be more of an art channel. Comic progress. You'll have to show us the rest of there. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, Uzi, but yeah, those are not the kind of questions that I'm really equipped to answer right now. So, yeah, I'd recommend seeking help from somebody local to you that you can talk to in person. But yeah, Melissa, no, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. Yeah, I'll show you what I've got so far, and I can even tell you the whole story if you want. I'm happy to. Not online. I don't want to spoil everything online, but I definitely, yeah, can't wait to show you guys what I've got going. Well, it's kind of sounding that way, so I just want to make sure. I'm not really equipped to give life advice, so I just want to make sure you know that. How many pages are done? This is page 2 currently. I've got the next. Well, I've got 6 pages currently laid out, so I've got them planned and how I want them to go, but how I want to do them. But yeah, so this is going to be page 2, and then I got a couple more pages of her doing. Of Elodie here doing her thing, and then stuff's gonna hit the fan, let's just say, when yeah, from there. So this is all kind of build up, and then eventually it's gonna get real crazy. Thank you. Well, like I said, this is fun for me, so. And it's not going to get done unless I make it get done, so, you know, just put the time and the effort to get as good as I can and get it done. That's part of why I'm streaming right now, because that also helps me, kind of helps me stay on it, kind of forces me to stick with it, so. I don't technically have to fill in these large black areas, but I'm just kind of helps me see it, so. Is it all in color? Yeah, I've got a bit there. Fight scenes, there are definitely fight scenes coming, dude. Don't you worry. This is a barbarian action horror fantasy, so trust me, action is coming. But if you're familiar with the great Italian Western director Sergio Leone, he was all about using action as the big. He would always use the analogy of tightening up a rubber band and just tightening and tightening and tightening and tightening it. And then when the action kicks in, that's like letting the rubber band snap and just letting all crap hit loose. It's great. Yes, this will be a. I'm going to be crowdfunding it. What's up, Mads? How you doing? Yeah, my plan is once I get it done or get it close to getting done, then yeah, I'm going to do a crowdfund, probably through Fund My Comic. And I'm going to use that to pay for printing and shipping and that kind of stuff. So, awesome. Glad you're doing good. Thanks for swinging by. It was good to see you. Yes, this is page 2 of my comic book. So we got basically the gist here is we got page 1 right here. So we got our main guy, Domini, and he's got some ne'er-do-well slavers. They're getting ready to lead him into this building. And we've got this mysterious girl. Who could she be? She doesn't look too excited. She looks a little on the angry side. She's like, uh-oh, something's going down. So now we're seeing her starting to kind of sneak her way into the camp. So, and they're bringing Domini into this building, and he has to duck to fit under that door because he's just that big. And these guys don't trust him, so it's looking good. Thank you so much. You're very sweet. I appreciate you. Yeah, so she's sneaking in over the edge, and they got these guys shoving him in there, and she's finally landing, and then let's just say it's gonna start hitting the fan here pretty soon. So the next couple pages are gonna be a lot of fun. I've got them laid out. I've got them planned out already. So I just, for some reason, this page has been, I don't know why. I don't want to say daunting, but like something about it has just been like, I don't know. So I'm like, I just need to just sit down and just do it. And so I figured if I stream it, I'll actually do it. I'm trying to get better about streaming more regularly too, because that'll keep me going on a more consistent basis. And I also, at least I'll try to do as many pages as I can that aren't spoilery, because I definitely don't want to spoil stuff. And to be fair, actually, some of the action sequences are going to be pretty action intense. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure how well YouTube will appreciate that, because it is a barbarian comic, so it's going to be a bit on the violent side. All right. Well, all right, Melissa. Thanks for coming in by, and look forward to seeing you in person here coming up soon. So say hi to everybody for me. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Didn't quite get to the mute button in time. Bear with me just a second here. Ooh, excuse me. That sneeze came from the depths. All right. But yeah, it's funny. I'm still walking around feeling like an old man. I don't know if anyone was here on my Tuesday stream. I was griping about I was at a physical therapist and I had to get my hip dry needled. And I'll tell you what, man, I was ready to tell her anything she wanted to know. In the long run, it's good, but yeah, whew, still a little achy and sore. So every once in a while, I'll move just the right way, and you're like, ah, man, I'm an old man. Okay, so I'm just gonna get her shadow here. Yeah, actually, one of the benefits of stepping away from a page and coming back, like we were talking about earlier, is allows me to really improve this, because there was a version of this earlier where I had her like hiding behind a bunch of boxes and stuff, and I don't know, it just, looking back on it, it just looked really stupid. So I'm glad I changed that to make it so she's actually sneaking around. Yeah, because my original concern was if I just have her, you know, out in front like that, it might, you know, get too close to that pose, and I just didn't want to recreate that. But so I decided, you know what, let's just give her kind of a Spider-Man landing pose and see how that goes. And sure enough, I like that a lot better. So it kind of allows me to show off the gauntlets a little bit more. Yeah, to my buddy Jake to thank for helping me come up with a good idea for the gauntlets and how they work. Let's see. Yeah, again, it's not really necessary to fill all this in, but for me, it just allows me to see it. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, totally running with that Gauss gun idea, but like since it's a fantasy world, I'm doing kind of a magic version of it, and dude, it's awesome. At least I think it is. I think it'll be pretty cool. Nah, let's just shade them all. Let's see here. So we got this. So I'm pretty happy with that guy. This guy's going to need a bit more attention here, so we'll just fill this in. Just kind of. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm finally getting close to the finishing the first omnibus for that comic book series called The Nocturnals by a guy named Dan Brereington, and I cannot recommend that book enough. It's just well written. The characters are a lot of fun. The artwork is insane. It's all painted, and it just looks so cool. Yeah, one of my Tuesday night draw streams, I might have to try drawing some of his characters, but thing is, his designs are pretty detailed, so I don't know. But he's got this character called the Gun Witch, and it's as awesome as it sounds. It's this silent scarecrow that shoots guns at monsters, and it's just the coolest character ever. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll move that out a little bit because I don't want to avoid that tangent. And I'll just kind of. Yeah, and something I'm trying to get better at too is the smaller the object on the page, the more just big shadow shapes you can use instead of trying to get detailed with it. Because the more you try to detail it, especially when it's that small, the more muddy it kind of looks. So, I don't know. This is kind of where we're at right now. So here's panel 1, panel 2, panel 3. Yeah, and this is meant to be kind of a, you know, like pop, bop, bop. So if you look at so if you think of panels kind of in the terms of music, these panels are relatively similar in size. This one's a little bit thinner, so this one's meant to be a bit of a faster beat. And because I have I have no gutter between the different panels, it gives it that sense of like this is immediately happening. But it's kind of meant to just be this like bump, bop, bump. And then the next page is going to be a lot more hectic and a lot more movement. So that page is going to be more like da 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 da, you know. Anyway, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is supposed to be this guy, so. Let's see, I'll get that down there. Like that, maybe. And that comes in like so. Definitely does not look like a hand, so I'll just. There. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much going to be, I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just put some. Actually, never mind. Let's see. I have this kind of ledge sticking out here. Added from the first page. So we'll just add that there. Make sure I'm consistent on that. And add a couple bits of wood grain here and there. Can add a couple little floater skies, floater clouds. And then this will all be shadow. I'm not going to bother. Okay, fine. There. Oh, sorry, that was off camera. Anyway, there we go. So that, let's see. Yeah, I'll just add a little bit of wood grain here and there. And then this can just kind of shadow off behind the door. Those guys can kind of come like that. Yeah, it's funny, for being like ragtag slavers, I kind of ended up giving them some legit full plate armor, but well, maybe they're very successful at what they do, so that makes it kind of work. Makes it work a little bit better. So, all right. So yeah, we'll go ahead and call this page well, yeah. As soon as I say that, I'm like, no, there's another thing. No, let's do this thing. No, let's do that thing. Let's see. This guy's just kind of there. Yeah, I really want you looking at him and him as this door comes in. Okay, for reals this time. Let's go ahead and call that good for tonight. I think I'm at a spot where I can start on page 3. So, and the beauty about it is, if there's any more details I really want to add to this, I can always do that in the ink stage. So, for right now, I'm happy with how this has turned out. So we're gonna actually real quick, yeah. The artist never quite done, so we're just gonna give him little, you know what, I might just really shadow his face quite a lot, maybe. Gives him a little more of that gruesome kind of tough guy look. I don't know. I kind of like it. Yeah. All right, for real. Oh, sorry. That was all done off screen. But I gotta get better at keeping an eye on that camera. But anyway, yeah, so for reals now, this time, we will go ahead and call this good for page 2. So, yeah, so page 3 is coming, is going to be getting started on very soon, and most likely tomorrow at the very least. Hopefully, get it started tomorrow, depending on how my day goes, and we'll get going. Really like the poses, by the way. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm trying to get better at making them dynamic looking and stuff, so really appreciate it, man. Thank you. But I actually, yeah, real quick before I go. For those that weren't here for my Tuesday night stream, here's the final Yaira sketch I did on Tuesday. I scanned it and posted it on the interwebs, and it was fun. The Saska sisters, who write her comic, were very kind and shared it on X, which was pretty awesome. But anyway, enough bragging. I just wanted to show that because that was really cool. But yeah, so anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Once again, my name is Tim, otherwise known as Golem Wolf here on the internet. And yeah. So if you feel like supporting me, you can always go to my coffee.com website, which is there on the screen. I do sell original art and offer commissions and everything else there. So check it out. Otherwise, I will see you guys again soon.